Today on the Philly Talk podcast, we discuss Britton Covey or Devin Allen, who got the best chance to make the roster as a wide receiver / special team contributor. We also got to talk about Trevon Diggs getting burnt by a no-name wide receiver in practice. Let me just say this quick. It is just practice. To me, not that big of a deal. What happened after is a big deal. He deactivated his Twitter.
This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike. Talking sixes in the bird gang, that's I like. Competition, we ain't scared, yeah, that's what we like. Win or lose, you know we showing up and we gon' fight. You see we strive for the sky every day that go by. And every single week we screaming fly, eagles fly. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah.
What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk podcast. And today, we got some things to talk about. But before we do that, Eagle Nation, help your boy out. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you are new. And ding that bell so you know when these videos drop. Unfortunately, Marcus Epps could not make it today. His agent reached out and said at 2:21 p.m., hey, bud, he is tied up and can't do the podcast, maybe at a later date. I reached back out and said, I understand. Hopefully we can reschedule it sometime before the season. He said he'll let me know. He'll get back as soon as possible. So I don't know what Marcus Epps got going on, but hopefully it's nothing crazy. We all believe in you having a big 2022 NFL season. Now, let's get to this Trevon Diggs stuff because it won't be long. I said on Twitter, somebody check on Trevon Diggs. He deactivated his account from the practice clips. Eagle fans got that much power? Question mark. I'm asking, do we got that much power to make a Cowboy player deactivate his Twitter? Or has his own fan base been hurting his feelings? A lot of Cowboy fans defended it, but a lot were roasting him. And of course, Eagle fans are going to roast. Whether it was the Cowboy fans that made him deactivate it or the Eagle fans that made him deactivate it. That's the big deal. I'm going to say this. Trevon Diggs gave up a lot of yards, a lot of big plays. He makes mistakes because he's aggressive. However, he made an all-pro list. He had double-digit interceptions, and he beats up on Philly. Got to give him credit there. But I always said that's going to be a hard season to follow up. And now, a couple bad practice clips, and you're deactivating it, whether it's Eagle fans or Cowboy fans, because it was retweeted a lot. Even the national media was covering it. It was talked about a lot. Your second year, third year, 1 year after making the all-pro list, you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself. But now you can't handle it. I think that's going to make him second-guess some things. Question himself. Football is a game of instincts, seconds, inches. You got to play in the moment. If you start second-guessing yourself, not having faith in yourself, bad things happen. So I'm going to be paying attention to his mindset when he steps on the field. And guess what? He's deleting or deactivating and feeling this type of way. Football around the corner. We're going to see where and how his game is in 2022. And if you didn't see the play, I'll show you it real quick. Again, it's practice. He does try to punk the wide receiver, and it's a no-name guy, Semi Fanoku. The funny thing is, no pun intended, Semi Fanoku got him with a semi-double move. It is what it is. Now, before we get into the whole Devin Allen versus Britton Covey, all that stuff, I got a question for you. Because football is right around the corner, who scores the first Eagles touchdown in 2022? You let me know who you believe is going to score the first touchdown. A couple people on Twitter had hot takes. They said a defensive player with a pick six or a fumble recovery. Let me know your honest opinion. I'll come back to this video and see who was right. I'll let you know mine at the end of the video. So let's go to this tweet by Josh T. He tweeted it yesterday during day 6 practice. But Britton Covey puts a defensive back on skates. Reed Sinnott finds him for the short touchdown completion. Covey flashing some today. Now, over this 6 days in camp, I've heard a couple takes on Britton Covey. I have not heard nothing on Devin Allen, except for he's an Olympic speed guy. Not speed guy, an Olympic hurdler, and he does got 4.3 speed. Hurdler. Can't say that word sometimes in quick motion. Now, I've said numerous times, one of these guys is going to make the roster. There's a scenario where neither of these guys make the roster, but if one has to make it, it's going to be because what they can do shifty-wise as a back-of-the-end wide receiver, and also what they can contribute in special teams. Both of these guys are little. Covey might be more shifty. Allen might be more straightaway fast. So one got shiftiness and one got straightaway breakaway speed. But who got the better hands, the better route running? And if you're asking me when it comes to punt return, I'll take the shifty guy over the straightaway speed guy. He can hurdle, but can he break ankles? You know what I mean? Now, Barrett Brooks had a big take. And it's crazy because when Britton Covey was in college, he was a quarterback. Who else was a quarterback out of college that came in and somebody converted him to a small wide receiver that played in the slot? Bill Belichick converted Julian Edelman. Wes Welker is a different name. So I got this all mixed up. But Barrett Brooks said, I see in 2 or 3 years down the road, Britton Covey could be the next Wes Welker. This is a Jacob Media tweet. Barrett Brooks is the one who said it. He got some Eagle ties. I'm not saying he's going to be Wes Welker, but I think the Eagles are looking at Britton Covey as more of a weapon than even Devin Allen. I think Britton Covey's flashed more. I don't know how good Devin Allen's hands are. I don't know how good his route running is. If you give him the ball and let him run fast straight away, that could work. But that's not how football works. Now, can Covey handle kick returns or punt returns at that weight and size? I don't know. But if you're telling me, and other people start to see that he has the shiftiness out of the slot, and he resembles a Julian Edelman or Wes Welker, again, I started talking about quarterback, come out of college, wide receiver, slot, and Barrett Brooks is comparing him to Wes Welker. I misread it. Must be thinking about Julian Edelman, only because both of them were guys who did it out of the slot really, really well. Julian Edelman did it longer, but he also packed on some more muscle. So when I think of dominant slot, I think of Julian Edelman even over a guy like Wes Welker. So when I think a little guy in the slot, I remember who Wes Welker is, but I always think of Julian Edelman first. What he was able to do in his career as a quarterback that turned wide receiver. That's another big thing. Wes Welker, smaller guy, but he's always played wide receiver. So that's why I always think of Julian Edelman when they compare to Britton Covey. But Barrett Brooks says Wes Welker. Maybe he was more smaller. Maybe he can never put on the muscle of a Julian Edelman. Now, I'm not saying he's going to be that. And I don't really want to see this guy on the field over Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, Quez Watkins, Pascal, maybe even Rager. I don't know. Flip a coin. We'll see. But Britton Covey, Devin Allen, if one of them make it, it's going to be the last wide receiver spot / special teamer. And so far, Britton Covey's been the one putting DBs on skates. It might be the second unit or third unit with Reed Sinnett, but we still don't hear Devin Allen doing it. I think Devin Allen got skills and, came out of college and picked Olympics before the NFL, and now he's coming as a 27, 28-year-old compared to Covey's only 25. I think that's the bottom line. Covey has the skill set that we're looking at that can be provided at the wide receiver spot and special teams. No way we keep both. There's a scenario neither of them make it because maybe Hightower, Greg Ward Jr., who knows? But if you ask me, Devin Allen or Britton Covey right now, with preseason on the rise, preseason can open up our mind and eyes even more. But right now, I think Britton Covey has been putting in the work and has a slim chance to really make this roster. Whether we don't, we better be able to stash him on the practice squad, because having a guy like this on the practice squad could come in handy if you get the domino effect with injuries at the wide receiver position. Knock on fake wood. Let me know in the comment section who you got. Britton Covey, Devin Allen. I haven't heard anything from Devin Allen to really be on his side, except for Olympic speed. That's it. This guy got speed, shiftiness, and he's starting to show that even though he's little, he's tough and he can play. He can be a little bit more versatile than Devin Allen. You let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I go by Philly Mike. It is so hot upstairs. This video ain't going to be out till like 6 o'clock, 6:30 maybe. I got a lot of errands I got to run before I can actually edit and put it on. But man, is it hot today. I feel bad for the people in Texas. Shout out to the people in San Antonio, Texas, whatever. I can't do this. Up in my attic, my AC's on, but my wife forgot to turn it on all day, so we turn it on late. I'm up here sweating. Until next time, y'all know what time it is. We out.